On this edition of Community Insider, we take you behind the scenes of the Dr. Thomas Black House Christmas. That and much more on this edition of Community Insider.
Holly hanging across the door, neighbors singing tales of yore. It's so close, hardly can wait. Waking up on Christmas, children dreaming without a care. 'Tis the season most everywhere, so come home, there's no better place. Waking up on Christmas Day, tinsel wrapped around the tree, snowflakes dancing in the street, presents tied up with a string for you and me.
Welcome to another edition of Community Insider. Join us as we travel Middle Tennessee, uncovering history and experiencing the adventure of unique stories and events coming to you inside your community.
My name is Steve Grayson, and I'm on the board here at the historic Dr. Thomas Black House. This year we'll be doing a Christmas open house. It's giving us a chance to show the house and the furnishings to the community, and we've tried to decorate in the Christmas spirit. Certainly Christmas time is a time when it makes people want to think about things that are traditional and a little bit older, and we're giving an opportunity for people to come in the Christmas spirit, to be our guests and see the house decorated in some traditional holiday decor and see the history as reflected through this house.
Now, I know that you know a lot about the history of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is about family. And of course, tell us what you know of the history of the family that lived here.
Well, Dr. Thomas Black and his wife had 8 children. And in fact, a lot of the house was built basically because the original house wasn't big enough for that large a family. So that was the family that built an addition to the house in the 1870s, which practically doubled the size of the house. But still, by most people's standards, is a pretty old house, going back to the 1870s.
So when people come to the tour, they can actually see some of those rooms or all the rooms where the children stayed and everything.
That's right. See the original 1825 house built by Jesse Coffey. See the addition to the house that was built by the Dr. Thomas Black family. And we try to tell a story that includes a history of life in the 1800s and on into life as it was experienced in this area during the Great Depression too, when the house was divided up into 4 apartments.
Example that you have behind you, a lot of people hasn't seen live Christmas trees. What would be some explanation of what they would have?
Well, we have a lot of the traditional decorations that are not commercially prepared. We are using a lot of fresh cut evergreen, fresh cut magnolia and holly on the mantles in different places. Traditional decorations like cut and baked clay Christmas tree ornaments and strung popcorn. I think stringing popcorn is probably one of the things that a lot of people know a lot about as an older tradition. We tried to use those traditions more as we decorated for the holidays here rather than commercially produced Christmas decorations.
My name is Earlene Steakley, and I am one of the board members here at the Thomas Black House, and I've been on the board for about 7 years. And tonight is one of our original Christmas open houses, and we are so glad to have the community come and be a part of our open house. First, I would like to show you the picture of this wonderful lady. She was a member of Mrs. Black's family, and she was also a first cousin to Dolly Madison. Some of our cuttings are original. We have 2 magnolias, big magnolias, out in the front yard. So we tried to gather things that were probably original on the property, and using fruit, which they probably had in those times, but we have pine and magnolia and the cranberries and the popcorn that you saw on the trees. So we are some of the pewter that's on the table was original to those times as well, and a lot of the furniture is original. So we are more than happy to have people here to enjoy all of these things that we have worked diligently to promote. The arrangement is a Williamsburg arrangement, is what it is called. The goblets are pewter. The candlesticks are pewter, and they are real pears. They had pears in those times. And the red and clear china are the thumbprint china. Of course, we have the 1776 chairs, table, cherry, drop leaf, which was great in those days because they could use the table, drop the leaves, have more room in the room that they utilized. You know, at Christmas time we think about gifts and what we're getting and seeing Santa, but we all know the true meaning of Christmas and the wise men who searched for Jesus and for his birth and for coming to save us all. And so we are very, very grateful for that he was the present that we all look for. The Christmas tree, when we started talking about this room, of course, I love the dining room. It is a cedar tree, and living here in Tennessee, a lot of us had cedar trees our whole lives as our Christmas tree. At one time, the bulbs on them were really hot, and you could only have them on for a short amount of time, and the needles would get dry and brittle. I don't care how much you watered it, it was going to get dry and brittle. But some of the things that you had at home is what you decorated with. They had the cranberries and the popcorn. In the really olden days, they had real candles. Now, how they did that, I don't know, because I have a hard time getting these to stand up. And but we just wanted to kind of give that home feel this year to our Christmas and be a little bit more original and not all the glitz and the glamour. So that's why we did the cedar tree. It is very rewarding. Yes, it's a lot of work, but we do this for the community. We do this for our city. So we have this history. It's here for everyone to come and see. Yes, we do charge a fee to come here, but we're trying to preserve this home. And that's the only way that we're going to do it, is by donations and people coming to visit the house. People who are willing to work on the board and just be a part, you know, and be proud. Be proud that this house is still standing here.
I'm Mary Rodriguez. I'm one of the newest board members here at the Black House. I've always had a deep desire to learn more about my ancestry and history in Warren County. I was born and raised here. The house has always intrigued me from the time I was a little girl, and I used to come to the maypole dances and things, and just always wanted to be a part and help. Like I said, the house has been here, it's been protected, and it's the oldest house in Warren County, almost 200 years old, and just wanted to be a part of it. And Sarah Blair here, she volunteers and she helps us out a lot here at the Black House, and hopefully we preserve this for our children and their children to come.
Hello everybody, I'd like to welcome everybody to the historic Dr. Thomas Black House. We're in downtown McMinnville. I'm Shanna Caldwell. I'm one of the new board members with the Black House. I just want to welcome everybody. This is our annual Christmas open house. It's been a long, enduring task, but with the help of all of our board members, we have done it. It's beautifully decorated. This home was, of course, I'm sure as you've learned, was built in 1825. It's one of the oldest houses in McMinnville. But most and foremost, we are just trying to get this house opened back up to the public, as I'm sure as it was endowed to be. And that's our main goal here, is to open it back up and maybe get our school children involved. We have a new Facebook page, the Historic Dr. Thomas Black House. So if you could go to that page and like it and follow us. We have some events kind of planned in the future, but our main goal, like I said, is to get our community back involved with this house and tours open back up more regularly. So we would just like to thank everybody. We thank our volunteers. We thank Jonathan Womack for coming down and doing this for us tonight, taking his time out of his day, and Community Insider and Ben Lohman, thank you for doing this for us. But thanks guys, and just welcome to the Black House, and we hope to see you soon.
Holly hanging across the door, neighbors singing tales of yore. It's so close, hardly can wait. Waking up on Christmas, children dreaming without a care. 'Tis the season most everywhere, so come home. There's no better place waking up on Christmas Day. Tinsel wrapped around the tree, snowflakes dancing in the street, presents tied up with a string for you and me. So grab your stocking above the fire, bells are rocking to the choir. No, nothing else is the same, waking up on Christmas Day. Waking up on Christmas Day. Tinsel wrapped around the tree, snowflakes dancing in the street, presents tied up with a string for you and me. So grab your stocking above the fire, bells are rocking to the choir. No, nothing else is the same, waking up on Christmas Day. Waking up on Christmas Day.